The atlas did not wake the way worlds usually do. It dreamed. Across the starbound gardens, the ground hummed softly, not with light, not with motion, but with thought. The glowing pathways that once shifted and walked now slowed, settling into gentle spirals that pulsed like breathing lungs. Miniature dragons felt it first. Leaf dragons paused mid-glide, their vine-woven wings folding as if listening. Granite dragons, ancient and steady, felt warmth ripple through their stone cores. Even the moon dragons, usually distant and serene, lowered themselves closer to the garden floor. Something within the atlas had crossed a threshold. "It's not mapping anymore," whispered Lyra. "It's imagining." The cosmic elder appeared, more luminous than ever, his form flickering between solid starlight and something softer, almost dreamlike. "Yes," he said gently, "the atlas has learned motion. It has learned story. Now it has learned possibility." When maps begin to wander, above the gardens, constellations rearrange themselves not into symbols of places, but into questions. What if a world chose a different path? What if a dragon evolved in another way? What if silence learned to sing? The atlas responded by projecting visions, not fixed futures, but branching dream paths that shimmered and dissolved as quickly as they formed. The children watched in awe as miniature worlds bloomed in the air. A planet where leaf dragons grew forests that floated freely through the sky. A moon inhabited entirely by tiny crystal dragons who communicated through reflected light. A realm where emberlings warmed oceans beneath sheets of eternal ice. "These are not destinies," said Aurelian Shardwing. "They are invitations." But not all dreams were gentle. At the far edge of the atlas's vision space, a darker dream formed, subtle, quiet, and patient. The dream that should not exist. It appeared as a distortion, not a creature. A place where stories tried to form and unraveled. A realm born not from silence, but from fear of change. "This is new," murmured the cosmic elder. "Even the still expanse was created intentionally. This dream is accidental." The miniature dragons sensed it immediately. The smallest glowings dimmed. Granite dragons felt faint fractures ripple through their bodies. Moon dragons drew closer together, their light overlapping protectively. The atlas trembled not in panic, but in confusion. "It doesn't know how to dream this," Arin said softly. "Because it shouldn't have to," replied Sero. "No world should be born from fear." Yet the dream persisted. The council of all scales. For the first time since the beginning of the saga, every known miniature dragon species gathered. They filled the starbound gardens on branches, stones, floating platforms, and drifting light paths. Even dragons rarely seen outside deep realms emerged. Echo dragons who repeated ancient sounds, ashfold drakes born from cooled starlight, and moss-bound sprites no larger than fingertips. At the center stood Lumen, the primordial dragon, shifting slowly between elements, stone, leaf, flame, water, and stardust until settling into a calm, unified form. "This dream cannot be erased," Lumen spoke, voice echoing gently through every dragon's mind. "But it can be guided," the cosmic elder nodded. "Dreams become dangerous only when they are ignored." The atlas pulsed again this time in response to choice. Entering the dream of fear, the path into the dream was unlike any before. No doorway, no portal, just a shared breath. The children and selected miniature dragons stepped forward together, allowing the atlas to weave them into the dream space. The realm they entered was unfinished, sketch-like, fragile. Landscapes faded in and out. Colors hesitated before committing. Gravity shifted gently, unsure of itself. Here, fear was not monstrous. It was small, timid, unsure. At the center of the realm floated a tiny dragon, smaller than any they had seen. Its scales were translucent, reflecting nothing. Its wings trembled constantly. "A dreamling," whispered Lyra. "Born from uncertainty," added the elder. The dreamling looked at them not with malice, but with confusion. "I don't know what I'm supposed to be," it said. "Teaching a dream how to grow." Instead of fighting, the miniature dragons did what they had always done best. They demonstrated. Leaf dragons planted seeds that grew unevenly beautiful because of their imperfection. Granite dragons reshaped themselves, showing strength through flexibility. Moon dragons cast soft light, revealing paths without forcing direction. Glowwings danced erratically, proving unpredictability could still be joyful. The children joined in laughing, exploring, making choices without knowing outcomes. The dreamling watched, then hesitated, then copied them. Its scales gained faint color. Its wings steadied. The realm around it stabilized not into perfection, but into potential. Fear did not disappear. It transformed into caution, curiosity, care. The atlas awakens fully. When they returned to the starbound gardens, the atlas no longer glowed with lines or nodes. It glowed with scenes, moments, living memories of choice, growth, and change. The cosmic elder bowed deeply, not just to the children, but to the miniature dragons. "The atlas has completed its transformation," he said. "It is no longer a tool, a guide, or even a world." "What is it now?" asked Arin. The elder smiled. "It is a storyteller." Across the cosmos, countless realms felt it at once, a gentle nudge toward curiosity, adaptation, and hope. Even at the edges of the still expanse, something shifted, not erased, but softened. A new role for the keepers. As starlight settled, the miniature dragons gathered around the children. "You are no longer just travelers," said Aurelian Shardwing. "You are listeners." Lyra frowned. "Listeners? To stories not yet told," he replied. "To worlds afraid to change. To dreams still finding their shape." The smallest glowwing landed on Ciro's finger and chirped somewhere far beyond the atlas. A new dream began forming, different from fear, different from silence. It pulsed with curiosity, and the atlas leaned toward it. Closing of Part 11. That night, as the starbound gardens rested, the atlas dreamed again. But this time it dreamed of listening, and across the universe, countless tiny dragons stirred ready to carry those dreams wherever they were needed. The saga was no longer about balance alone. It was about becoming,